Erin Madeley is the Chief Executive of the Media, Entertainment and Arts Alliance and joins us now from Sydney. Erin, thank you for your time this morning. Now, at this musical Waitress, it was set to play at the Sydney Lyric Theatre from August the 1st, and that's after a season in Melbourne. What has happened here?
Well, what's happened is a whole lot of workers are devastated and a run of a musical has been cut short. And I think what's happening is we're seeing the pressures on the industry, but certainly on the audiences that they serve. And we really do need to see a change and some intervention to improve the situation so audiences can continue to access and be enriched by this type of work.
Yeah, so, ticket sales have been down. Producers say it's more expensive to tour at a time like this. What does a decision like this, though, mean for the cast in this case and all those working in this industry?
Yeah, well, of course, it's the cast alongside their fellow workers, all the technicians, the behind the scenes workers, the front of house workers, the musicians in the pit. What it means for them is it's harder and harder to make a living in this industry. We know how insecure the work is. And even now when you land a job, there's no guarantee that it will continue. So what it will mean for us as a union is obviously working with the production, as we have with Beetlejuice, to make sure entitlements are met, but also working with industry to really call on government through the Revive review for the cultural policy review, to look at what we need to do comprehensively to really support our industry.
Tell us a bit more about that. So you want government to look at incomes in the sector and also look at this idea of cultural passes. Tell us about both of those.
Yeah. Look, we are calling for an incomes task force, really, because we know that even job creation is not enough in our sector. We know that we need to have good, safe, sustainable jobs so that the workers can continue to get up every day and make work that benefits our society. But of course, if we don't have bums on seats and ticket pricing is out of reach for most, then we really need to ask ourselves, what is the cultural industry and who are we actually serving? So, we are calling for government to look at how we can assist ordinary working Australians to be able to access and be enriched by the work that our members do through cultural passes and a voucher system. We saw that worked in the recovery on COVID, and we think that we need to really take a hard look at what it means to get audiences able to access the work.
Now, a show that is doing well in Australia is The Lion King. It's our highest grossing musical. However, the orchestra musicians, they've been replaced by technology for the shows here. Should this be allowed? Does that happen overseas?
Look, we say that when you downsize, which is what has happened on The Lion King, they've got less musicians in the pit. When you do that, the quality is compromised, right? And so we know that the best-selling musicals, they reach you, and the music is so entrenched and so important. So we say that no, we shouldn't be seeing this happen as we have. And the irony is that some of the technology that's being used here is actually not allowed to be used overseas. So I think, again, if there are pressures in terms of cost, we shouldn't be looking at cutting and eroding the workforce, because that erodes the quality and the connection with the audience.
Is the union actively pursuing that? What is standing in the way of those protections here that they do have overseas?
Well, I think it's a matter of sitting down with producers, and absolutely our campaign to keep music live is absolutely about that. Now, our union is prepared to work with industry to look at what roadblocks are in the way, but certainly we want to see our people in work, in good, sustainable jobs that continues to, connect with community and serve the audiences that are enriched by the work.
Erin Madeley, Chief Executive of the Media, Entertainment and Arts Alliance. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.